Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This message is for everybody because we're all wisdom keepers. So a lot of people, a lot of clients have been coming to me in their darkest place. Right now seems to be a time where so many people, so many of our family are struggling. So many. Almost every single one of my clients this week have been depressed, suicidal, going through the most intense time of their lives. And what this shows me is that we're right on the edge. We're on the verge of a huge shift. Right when it's the hardest, it's about to get so much better. The gift is always right on the other side, right when we want to give up. That's always the case. Whether it's something as small as like a school project or a relationship or our lives in the biggest sense. Whenever we feel like we're at our hardest point, our deepest struggle, the reward, the gift is just there on the other side. You got to know this once and for all. I mean, this is a program we really have to start integrating immediately. You either believe it or you don't. And if you don't believe it by now, come to me, let me show you all the ways in which the universe is trying to show you that it's true. So that's why I'm doing the work that I do, because it's my wish to get everybody to this understanding that even in our hardest times, the reality of the blessing behind it is so evident. And I want to help you see if you don't see that. So if you don't, please let me know. And this message is specifically involving this. So we all are here to help each other, to walk each other home, to help each other to heal, to lighten our load, and just find our bliss and find our happiness, our joy, right? And one way that we can quickly do this, any of us can do this, is by asking other people to express, by inviting each other to share our story. And we don't need to ask about a specific story. We don't need to get specific with the question at all, actually. Simply, we need to invite the other to express. And I bet you that whatever is wanting to be expressed will be very obvious because they'll immediately begin to pour it out. It will just come right out, especially at a time like this where so many people are struggling on our planet. Just here, everybody wants to be heard. So invite the expression. And I'm going to give you an example as to how this can be so transformative. It's my belief that in these women's circles and in these men's circles, not only is it ultimately good to bring those circles together, yeah, of course, I do see the purpose of having women's circles and men's circles, of course, but something I'd love to see more of and something I've been helping to initiate is bringing in different ages to that group. Bridging the gaps between the ages, from the youngest to the mid-age to the elders. There is wisdom to be had with each channel there, and we need to make sure that they're all activated. That's why we're here. There is so much wisdom waiting to be revealed within each of those bridges, having nothing to do with the age, actually, but the difference in between. And just the difference in experience in general. Each person to person, has such a unique story in which, when heard, provides so much opportunity for expansion and realization and opening, right? So one way that we can ask others to share their story is by inviting elders to your next circle, or by connecting with an elder in your community and asking them to share their story. There's some serious magic that happens there. They go from being this quiet wealth of wisdom, really, but just quiet, holding it all in, maybe feeling bored with life, feeling done with life, feeling defeated, lonely, old and isolated, whatever. All these things I've heard come out of the mouths of elders. And it breaks my heart because you're more than all that. You're not even that. That's an illusion. All those things are not you. You're so much more than that. All of us. We're not our age. We're not. We're absolutely not. And so they go from being this quiet, defeated, broken individual to this enlivened, excited, glowing being simply from just sharing their story. And I'm going to give you another example. Okay, many of you are aware of human design, okay, what this practice is. In human design tells us that most of the population are generators. The general population are generators. Therefore, there are many elders out there, because I'm going to tie this to the elder example. There are many elders out there who are generators. And how do generators move through their environment? Their strategy is to respond. They are meant to wait to be asked the question in order to respond. And all of us have this aspect in one way or another within us. We appreciate the invitation. In fact, it's healthy for everyone. This is a part of conscious communication that one would learn in taking such courses. You learn that it's healthiest to ask, never make assumptions, right? So there could be all these stories waiting to be shared, and all they need is to be invited. They're waiting to be asked to be shared. So all these elders, as soon as they're asked, you'd be surprised at how quickly they have so much to share. And so much wisdom. So much that is inaccessible to you now if you look anywhere else in this outside reality, because they are simply memories. Because they're carried within, because they no longer exist in this physical realm. I want to know that. I want to hear their stories. So they're just waiting for us to ask. They're waiting to be invited. So if that can help one person go from feeling purposeless and bored with life to, wow, I feel so purposeful in this moment. I feel so fulfilled because this person's receiving my story. And what's more is they may feel it in their heart that they're helping you by telling you the story, because they are. Whether you're receiving it as the help consciously or subconsciously, it is helping you. Because every time we genuinely and authentically sit and be present with another person's story, it is absolutely helpful, if only we can see. Just like you've probably heard over and over again, the guru isn't everyone. The guru is everywhere. Everyone is your guru. So they feel that. They feel that response, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and that makes them feel good. They feel fulfilled. We all feel fulfilled when we're helping another, because it's innate. It's an innate mission that we're all here on together. And so they begin to feel that fulfillment, and you just brought that person from this feeling of despair and isolation, depression, to, wow, I have a purpose, and I want, and there are people who want to hear my story, and finally I can let it out. So not only do they feel fulfilled in that they have their purpose, they also feel a huge release maybe of all these things they've been holding in for so many years, because no one invited them to share. So if you want to know how you can help a brother or a sister, friend, even your own parents, anyone who is struggling today, because so many are, that's the easiest and fastest way to do it. Call in your fullest presence to be a listener and invite them to share a story with you. Share your current story with me. What's going on with you right now? Everybody wants to be asked that. Everybody wants to be checked in on. Feels good to know that people care about you. Okay? And you can also ask, hey, why don't you tell me a story of your past? Why don't you tell me a story that was very significant for you in your life? Maybe a story you haven't told in a while. Or even, why don't you tell me a story that you see unfolding in the future for yourself? Tell me a prayerful story. And that one's especially good for little children, because they're very imaginative. And when considering what they may have to offer us in reflection, when they share their wisdom, we can see that they are our future. So perhaps they're seeing something of that realm that we are unable to see. So there are different stories within different timelines that we can be strategic about in our asking, when we're asking those others, who are reflections of us, to share. You could also just leave it open and say, hey, like, would you love to share a story with me? And, I have some free time right now and I'd just love to chat. And you can keep it really simple and let it flow. That way the other doesn't maybe feel uncomfortable. Maybe some people don't really understand what your intention is as to why you're asking, because people get very defensive, because they're hurt. They're full of pain, just like you and I are. And so there are many different ways to ask the question, to ask that person to share, to invite the person to share. Sometimes it's not even a question, it's not even words. Sometimes it's just sitting with that person and your energy invites it. You can even visualize them opening up and sharing, and that will help to initiate the process. And once you understand natural law, you ultimately accept this as the truth. So Either way, just intending on others opening and intending on the feeling and energy of the invitation being there with you wherever you are will initiate the process of the opening and the healing. And this is the easiest and fastest way. No matter what age you are, and no matter what age the other person is, this is a great way to initiate healing for the one. All right. Thank you guys for listening to that little message. I'm in the middle of taking care of some really important life changes myself here because I'm a part of all this craziness here too. And I've got a lot of newness going on. It's all awesome. I'm so excited to continue to share with you all on this journey. And if you're still feeling like you're on that side where you're struggling, if you're still feeling like you're stuck and you're not really understanding what energies we're experiencing as a collective right now, please reach out to me. Please. It's the full moon, so it's the time of the integration activation. Every month I do 3 different activations according to what phase we're in, the beginning, the middle, or the end. We are at the end of this cycle right now, and we are preparing to enter another one, of course, because at every end there is a new beginning. So the integration activation involves pulling cards, which the layout then acts as a map for you to most efficiently move through whatever you're experiencing right now at this ending going into the new beginning. It will provide you with all of the tools to move to that next stage using your energy in a way that is graceful, efficient, without crisis. It helps provide clarity, understanding, acceptance, so that you can integrate everything that you've experienced, which I know was a lot, during this very special cycle that we just went through with the moon, so that we can fully open up and make space for the next one to come in. I would love to offer you a session if you want to book with me. I have a little bit of availability today, not much, but I'm really dying to squeeze a couple more people in because this is a very powerful portal. So I'm open to you beautiful, powerful light beings who are really on your mission, because I know that that's where me offering the session will do the most for the one. I'm also available at different points during the week, so try me. Let me know when you're free and we can set up an integration activation. I'm also doing alchemical marriages right now, where we identify your masculine and your feminine energies, which essentially then become your interdisciplinary system. It becomes your mother and your father. We unite them within so that you begin to manifest that clearly in your reality and in fullest understanding of how to interact with your environment, because you, to the core, understand of how it's a reflection of you now. So if you're interested in an alchemical marriage, this is my newest, juiciest work that was directly channeled, and it's been incredible, you guys. Nonstop tears and clarity and awakening. So we still have another eclipse coming up. We're really in the thick of it. It's an awesome time to get your alchemical marriage session. And again, I'm also offering the integration activations. Happy eclipse. Happy full moon. Mars is going to be huge in the sky tonight, you guys. Have you been watching? Because Mars has been incredible. This is, I think, this only happens every 30,000 years. So make it special. I'm going to go to Cathedral Rock tonight, and I haven't gone in years, and the Sedona community all gathers at Cathedral Rock Vortex for the drum circle, and this was the first place I ever slept when I came to Sedona. It was on that vortex on Cathedral, and Cathedral holds a very special place in my heart. I do often visit, although I haven't gone to the drum circle in a long time because I've been doing the work that I've been doing and just, you know, going through it myself, and I feel very strongly about this tonight, and I know that the community is going to show up in a big way. And what I know even more than that is that our community is a mother city of light for the rest of the world to follow suit. It is a template for the new earth. And so I know that Sedona, you're going to come through tonight, and we're going to have a powerful community activation and simply just being there and being in our joy and acknowledging the divine alignment that is happening, not only without, but within. So by the power of this activation, the whole will rise up. We are all doing it. So wherever you are, whatever rituals you're doing tonight, whatever celebration you're doing, make sure it's full of joy. That's your highest vibration, is joy. There is nothing higher than absolute bliss. This is what we are made of. So get there, feel that, and celebrate, activate, do a ritual that just allows you to fully express that joy that you are. Because we're going to be doing it all around the world. I just know it. We are so aligned with this happening, this cosmic alignment, and we're only getting more and more aware of ourselves, self-aware. And as we become more self-aware, we begin to become more aware of what's happening outside of us in our world and harmoniously align with that. So this is only the beginning, you guys. I look forward to seeing my Sidonians at the Three Trees free sound healing event that he's so graciously offering at 7 Centers tonight at 6:30. So we're going to get funky and super transcendental because he is amazing, you guys. If you're not in Sedona, YouTube him, Three Trees Sound Healing. You could also Google that. Absolutely incredible. One of my favorite beings on this planet, for sure. And then I'll see you at Cathedral Rock for the celebration. Yeah, happy new everything. Many blessings to you.